That video I uploaded a while ago was so funny. Anyway, when was the last time I uploaded it? Was it like a week or two ago? Oh, shit. Well, I mean, it wasn't my biggest absence. Alright, so I take it that you guys like those last two videos I uploaded and the style it had. And I really liked it too, and I thought it was really fun. So I'm like, hey, why not make more? And that's what I'm doing. Making more. If I were to ask you what was the greatest invention of all time, you'd probably say like electricity or computers or the internet. But if you were to ask me, I'd say cars. No, not the movie, the actual vehicle itself. Cars have been part of our society since 1885, and we live in a day and age where everyone uses cars. But with the invention of cars, there also was the invention of school buses. Consider yourself lucky if you don't have to ride the school bus, because from personal experience, it is the worst thing ever. I mean, not as bad as like, I don't know, the Holocaust and 9/11, but still pretty bad. In these type of videos, I usually like to exaggerate all of the stuff I say, but just for this one time, I'm gonna not try to exaggerate and be brutally honest about school buses. I've been riding the school bus since 8th grade, and I'm gonna be a junior this year. And believe me when I say, riding the school bus is almost as bad, actually it might be worse than flying a 10-hour flight next to a screaming toddler. One of the main factors that makes the school bus a really bad experience are the people that ride the bus themselves. School buses usually consist of high schoolers who are always screaming racial slurs and are just being dickheads to everyone, or toddlers that are just talking about skibbity toilet and being the most obnoxious things on the entire goddamn planet. I remember my first year in 10th grade. When I first rode on the bus, I went on the back with the other high schoolers and I said, hey, what's up? You know, just to say hi, first day, whatever. And the guy just literally told me to shut the hell up. He was like 2 years younger than me. He was an 8th grader. And that's just the normal experience on the bus. My hat is way too low. Honestly, the bus driver might be the worst person on the school bus, because they're either the most chill person, meaning that they just do not care about anyone, or they are the most strict, most out-of-pocket people ever, like just flipping out over the littlest of things. I remember I had this one bus driver who would always forget whenever somebody broke the rules, and when I mean break the rules, I mean inconvenience them. They would stop the school bus in the middle of the road, making everyone pissed off because they can't go home any sooner, just to yell at the person who was doing the bad thing. And usually they would just like stand up for a second or like talk slightly loud. There's this one case where this high schooler girl, she was just chilling on her phone, kind of like near the bus driver's seat. She was just minding her own business. And the school bus driver just told her to wait till she gets home to be on her phone. What else are you supposed to do when you're on the bus waiting to go home? Just stare at the blank wall like waiting patiently with your hands crossed like this? No. Like, I swear, if I would have to go on the bus without my head or without my phone or headphones on, I would actually just cry because it just sucks. Speaking of phones, every time I go on the school bus, I always just put on my headphones and just listen to music on my phone. And it sucks most of the time because when you live in a small hick town like I do, there's no data in the entire town. And so you just be listening to music like, oh, this is such a good song. I like it so much. Oh, it paused. Oh, what's that? I have 0 bars and it says SOS. What's the point of having this shit on anyway? One thing I forgot to mention about the school bus driver is sometimes they're just so old and just so incapable of driving a bus that they wouldn't miss complete stops to people's houses. And they would have to take like 10-minute detours just to get back. And it was just the most annoying thing in the world. There's this guy that's been driving the school bus for years, I would imagine. And he always makes this one turn to go to my house. But one day, He just missed that turn completely. I was on the bus. The neighbor that is next to me that goes on the bus was also on the bus. So it's not like, oh, they are not on the bus, so I don't have to take the turn. No, he just completely forgot. How do you forget to make a turn to someone's house? That is literally your one job, your one single job. If you don't know, I live in Minnesota, and one of the worst times to live in Minnesota is the winter time, because you live in a state where you get at least 70 inches of snow every winter. And riding the school bus during the winter or whenever it snows is the worst and most scariest feeling in the entire world. Nothing can compare to it, because any second now you can crash and you'll be completely late for school, and which isn't bad on paper, being late for school, but like it's not really worth the risk of dying. Luckily last year it only like snowed twice during the winter, and that's on Halloween and during spring break, and that's it. So last winter in Minnesota was pretty good. But like every single winter that I rode the school bus, we always got stuck at least twice a year during the winter. And it sucked all the time. Because at my house, there's this giant hill, and people would just get stuck on it whenever it snowed. And it doesn't help that the road is gravel, so the entire road is pretty much a giant ice rink. So it sucks for everyone, I guess. One more thing I want to talk about is the amount of time it takes to get to your house to the school riding the school bus, because you have to make multiple stops at a time, or like right next to the school just to get to school. Like there are these people that literally live across the street from the school, and they still choose to ride the school bus, and that's literally slower than if they just walk there. Like why? Why would you do that? I mean, there are some incidents where, like, I thought, screw this, and so I just biked to school, and now it's faster than the school bus, and I live like a mile away. It just shows how inefficient and how unnecessary it is to ride the school bus to school. So what's the lesson here today? Don't ride the school bus unless if you want to feel shitty. So that was it. If you guys liked this video, leave a like and subscribe. And make sure to go check out my other channel. The last video I uploaded a few days ago got literally 1 view. Wasn't from me, it was from someone else. I don't know. So go give that channel some love. Seriously, I need it. Oh, that video was so cringe!